Authorities say one person was killed in a shooting inside a high school in Perry, Iowa earlier today. 5 other people were injured. Officials say the suspected shooter was a 17-year-old student at the school and took his own life. The incident happened on the first day of classes resuming after winter break before school started. CBS News senior White House and political correspondent Ed O'Keefe has been on the ground all day reporting on this story. Ed, thanks for being here and for all of your reporting. Difficult story. What's the latest?
Bob, at this hour, local authorities tell us one 6th grader is dead inside the high school. This is one of those school systems that joins its middle school and high school with the elementary school just down the street. And it was a morning breakfast program where at 7:37 a.m. the shots rang out. They identified the 17-year-old shooter as someone who was carrying 2 weapons and an improvised explosive device. The improvised explosive device was disarmed by authorities after they arrived. More than 100 local, state, and federal police responded into this tiny town of 8,000. It's about 40 miles northwest of Des Moines. And of course, this state has been at the center of the political universe for much of the last year and will be in the coming days, which is what drew so much extra attention to this incredible small town tragedy. And a reminder that even 4 days into the new year, this is already the second school shooting in the country at the beginning of a year that very well could see many more.
I know, Ed, you'll be on CBS Evening News talking through this, and you've been on so many platforms today talking about your reporting. But what is the talk among those on the ground there outside of the school in terms of what they would like to see happen? Of course, they're still grappling with the tragedy, but is there anything they're talking about in terms of policy or action that needs to be done in the wake of this horrific shooting?
Yeah, you know, I think it's a good reminder for those of us who cover policy and cover these things at the 40,000-foot level to have to witness and report some of this, because the reaction so far today has been sort of that classic, and we see this every time, kind of, I can't believe it would happen here, kind of shock. These students were either en route to school or not even there yet and turned right around and told they don't have school tomorrow, won't be back until Monday now at the earliest. And they were coming back from holiday break, and they were just in shock. We saw and talked with some who were here back around the school again this afternoon, who aren't talking about gun control or about, you know, metal barriers at their front doors at the school, but are more concerned about, you know, how is it that a parent either has these weapons in the house and has them easily accessible enough to their children who aren't yet 18, or, you know, did the parent even know, and should they have allowed their 17-year-old to have them or to have access to them at all? And so I think it's more about that sort of element of it, at least so far. But look, this is Iowa. They know it's the January of a quadrennial year, and that inevitably it's going to become part of a broader conversation across the state. We asked Iowa's Republican governor, Kim Reynolds, who is a supporter of the Florida governor, Ron DeSantis, who's running. I asked her, I said, look, you know the eyes of the world are on the Hawkeye State in the next 10, 11 days. How should the presidential candidates talk about this? And she said, look, that's up to them to decide. We're going to focus on the state's response to this and how this community heals. And, you know, we'll see in the coming days how DeSantis, Nikki Haley, Donald Trump, and others are confronted with this. And it just so happened Vivek Ramaswamy was here for a previously scheduled event this morning in Perry. Turned it into more of a small conversation with the small crowd that was there. Didn't really focus on solutions, but instead was just an opportunity for members of the community shell-shocked by what happened to discuss it with somebody who's seeking the White House.
This all brings back memories for me, Ed, as a reporter in 2015 with the shooting in Charleston at Mother Emanuel AME. President Biden will be visiting there on Monday. I was down in South Carolina covering the presidential campaign, and like you went to Perry
You were
today.
there. I remember you were there. Yeah, you were there, and I was here in Iowa. And I remember that night thinking, here we go again, gun violence injecting itself into the presidential campaign. And sure enough, for a day or two, it dominated the discourse. And then they moved on to the next issue. And you're right, to your point, not to interrupt, but I vividly thought of that today, Bob, because I remember you had gone to South Carolina. I'd come here to Iowa to see Jeb Bush. And it happened across the street from the hotel that most reporters were staying in there in Charleston. So it's happened before. And that one was a far deadlier incident. This one is just so tragic, given that it's children yet again. But again, happens on the sidelines of a presidential campaign.
It's happened before. What a afraid we have in this country about violence and guns and schools. President Biden will be going to Mother Emanuel on Monday, as I mentioned. What has been the response, Ed, your usual beat, the White House covering President Biden? What has been the response from the president, from the administration about this shooting, this deadly shooting in Iowa at another school in America, and from the Republican candidates, including Nikki Haley? Speaking of 2015, she was the governor of South Carolina at that time. Now she's running for the Republican nomination.
So at the White House, Bob, we know the president had been briefed, the attorney general was briefed, and we heard here that the mayor of Perry, Iowa, had been contacted by the White House with them trying to get the mayor's number so that the president or others at the White House could call. Remember, there's now an Office of Gun Violence Prevention that's part of the West Wing operation that is designed to, if not deploy here, at least reach out and offer federal assistance and help. But repeatedly in the White House briefing, the question was asked by the press secretary, when will enough be enough? That is the focus Democrats will have on this. I'll be curious to see what Republicans have to say in the coming days.
Ed O'Keefe covering a tough story with excellence as ever. Ed O'Keefe, thank you, and wish you the best with the continuing of all this reporting on this story.